speaking of stand-up, and this was like a history. And I actually saw Chris Rock a couple days before he did this at the comedy.
You guys are like friends or whatever, right?
We're not homies like that, but I've known him for a long time. Yeah. But I know like Tony and Jordan and Kenny Rock. Yeah. I know Andre Bryan. He has like 6 or 7 brothers.
Oh damn!
So I know those guys more than like Rock. I've worked with Rock. I've seen him. You know, and so he decided to go live. And that was a big deal because
nobody's ever done it.
No one's ever done it. And
on that scale.
The last time Chris Rock did a thing that was different was when he went to different countries. Remember, he went to South Africa. He performed in different areas, and he did the same jokes, but in different clothing because he was in different locations.
And they cut it together.
And my father watched it. Let me tell you, it was some of the funniest shit.
What'd your father
My father said, despite that, he goes, I was watching the Chris Rock, the comedian, and I was watching the show, and then he kept changing clothes. I didn't understand why. That shit was. He didn't know that Chris filmed the same set. And he goes, he just kept changing. I didn't understand. I was like, why is he in a different... So I turned the channel. Oh, shit. That shit was funny as fuck. But what was funny, I was like, oh, you watch Chris, but you ain't watching none of my shit. He's like, he's very rich. He has lots of money. When are you going to
make that money?
I told Chris Rock that he was rolling. I was like, my father was fucking freaking out. Like, why is he changing his clothes? But yo, so Chris Rock did a live thing, and there's different reviews. I mean, I think Dante, I think you had a different review than what everybody else. A lot of people said.
Well,
what did you think? What out of scale of 1?
I like Tambourine is one of my favorites.
Really?
Tambourine.
And the reason why I like Tambourine is one of my favorites. Now, let me say this. Chris Rock is a consummate professional.
No doubt.
So even if it's I think we rate it on a different scale.
Because it's Chris.
That's because it is Chris.
Yeah.
And because he has such a body of work. But I like Tambourine because in Tambourine, I felt it was much more authentic. I thought he spoke in his voice, and I felt like you get to know him in Tambourine, and I like that. I just like you want to get to know the dude.
I agree, and here's the thing that I think is interesting. I think this special might have been better than Tambourine if he didn't get slapped, because I felt like because he got slapped, it fucked up what the special would have been, because he was probably working on something that would have been more personal. But now that the slap happened, he had to address it. So he had to reconstruct his entire set to address it. Because
the minute he got slapped and people there was all this interest around it, he was like, "Oh, I'm going to get.
He's going to make money.
Oh, 1,000%. Ooh, smart.
His ticket sales went.
First of all, it was 40 million. Netflix gave him a $40 million contract, I believe, for the two specials. This one and another one that he's doing. But I like a dude who speaks in his voice, and not in a voice that you created, because I want to know this guy.
I don't love character comedy.
And I'm not to say, but the voices that that's not
what voices.
You know when he does his stare.
Well, that's the old Chris Rock,
right? But the point is, the point is you. You want to see a dude, an iconic dude like that guy that I grew up looking up to. You want to see the evolution of that, and you want to see him get better. And I think that, for me, takes me out of it.
Was he? You think he was trying to be the old school Chris?
No, I just think he went back to that. I mean, Tambourine was the one time that I think he really did.
He was chill, and he was. Just
I thought
I've been through a divorce.
Yeah, and it was.
I see what you're talking about, but I think Rock had it. First of all, the shit was live. The pressure I mean, when you do a recorded taping, you're freaking the fuck out.
That's the one thing people aren't giving him leeway for.
And
They should.
And it was
that it was
really
one
work
take.
It
was one.
He didn't really work it
those things because
not at all.
he didn't want anybody to know what the jokes were.
It was one take. People really did take account for that.
One take, dude.
Also, like,
because when you do especially do 2 or 3 shows.
There's the $5 million act, and then there's the $40 million act. Or
go ahead.
Like, there is the, there's like the $50 spot, and then there's the $500 spot to like bring it to bring it down to a normal place. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
As in, there's that gig that you do in Brooklyn for your friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, otherwise I would never be here if it weren't for you, and I love you, and here we go.
But those sets are better.
They can be great. But
because there's no pressure, and you take these risks that you wouldn't normally take.
I am inclined to.
Can to go live in front of millions of motherfuckers at Netflix, which is a giant.
That's a good point.
You're like going, oh fuck! It's a new nervousness. Yeah, he's been doing this shit for 30-some, maybe 40 years. It's a new nervousness.
And he's a technician.
He's a technician.
So he's not like a free form kind of.
No, and I've seen him work shit over and over. Yeah. And he records 2 or 3 times and gets the best out of that.
Yeah, and that's what most people do. Most people,
and there's nothing wrong with he tried the live one. Hey man, you got the power to do that shit. Yeah. So next minute he might do it from a helicopter. I don't fucking know. He'd be like, "What's up, y'all?" Yeah. But I think it would have been a little bit different, stronger if he recorded it. But
I think so too.
We got what we got. Yeah. And people are discussing it because everybody wants to know. Talk about that motherfucking slap.
Right.
Fuck that. We want to know. Because I know he started to talk about it on some of his live show with Chappelle. Yeah. He was bringing it up here and there. Because everyone's like, what about this slap? He's going to say something?
Yeah. It's so hard.
That's hard.
It's so hard to build a stand-up special when you know everyone in the room wants
but it's hard to bring
talk
up
about the same thing.
Because you just got slapped.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you talk about that shit? That's tough. You got smacked in front of everybody around the world. And Will Smith smacked you, which was so fucking wrong of Will. I'm sorry. And I think Chris Rock has every right to be mad for as long as he fucking wants to.
He does. I mean, I think everybody's mad at Will. I mean, I almost didn't watch Emancipation because I was just like,
I didn't watch Emancipation because I didn't watch it.
That's slave movie.
I literally was like, dog, like, you don't get points for, and this is what Chris said. He was like, I'm smaller than him. Like, he's extensively bigger than me. He plays Muhammad Ali. He goes, I played Pookie, right?
Pookie. Yeah.
So he goes, even in animation, I play a donkey. He goes, I play a zebra. He plays a shark. He plays
a shark and a genie.
Yeah. So this is, him going at it in terms of that. But I still like the thing about creating a character on stage is you have to, that character only matures on stage. So,
which character?
So, like, if you look at Bart Simpson is a cartoon, and he's 9 years old, but he's been 9 years old for 25 years because he only ages an episode at a time. When you do a character on stage, the only time that character matures is when he's on stage, because when you're off stage, you're you.
Okay.
So your comedy, when you're you who you are now. Okay. And so as you evolve, your comedy evolves.
Okay, right.
When you do a character, your comedy evolves when you do the character. Not
so
when
Chris Rock is a character.
No, I mean the voice and that's not who he doesn't. When you're around him, that's not who he is.
No, but Robin Williams was a quiet guy around.
Yeah, and Robin Williams was a hack who fucking stole jokes. So let's not. I would never even put him in the same category.
Jokes. No, I'm saying Chris Rock. I mean, so because what if that's just him as a performer? And him being,
that's fine, but as a performer, then you grow when you play the character.
I'll even there's a degree to which I can relate to it.
I don't think it's a character, because when I think character, I think Larry the Cable Guy.
Right.
Yeah, that's when I think character. I think because Larry the Cable Guy is not that person in any sense. That's what I think character.
I'll take it. I'll use a different
that's
word.
the extreme. Go ahead.
I'll say winning formula. Like when as a comedian you have a winning formula. You have this like thing that you know is going to work every time you kind of like
Stage persona.
Right? It might be your stage persona,
Right.
but it's sort of like it's like your winning personality.
Yes.
And then there are comedians who go up there and sometimes like it could go left. Like as in the person is throwing out a nebulous feeling that is
Yeah.
not their winning formula. I watch Godfrey do it with some degree of frequency. Like he's throwing something out and it's not the most pleasant feeling in the room.
Right. But it's
knowing
also-
perfectly well that he can bring it back whenever
Right,
he
but
feels
it's
like
also
it.
he is the same person off stage as he is on stage.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. But it's I think it's the willingness to have something go out there and not necessarily land. And then follow through with that with your humanity, as opposed to like going in for the thing that is like the round, like as in just like turning up the volume and putting that pizzazzy
You
thing
can't.
on.
Right. He knows that cadence.
I know that at
works.
any point
he
in
knows
time-
that works.
Well, I think that he might
It's
have been just
vulnerable.
covering up for how embarrassed he's feeling
He's
from.
worked
I don't
this-
know. I'm just.
Yeah,
this
you
is
really-
just
you
my
really think
observation.
so?
It might be he's just like, yeah, and these motherfuckers. He's probably like, I've been slapped, and I got to explain myself by being embarrassed. So he's covering up with that old Chris Rock. Yo, I'm
right,
still me.
but-
God damn it.
But here's what
I don't know.
But
you
here's
know?
what I'm saying. Even
That's
even
right.
the-
That's right.
That's right. That is
Motherfucker.
a character
Motherfucker.
that becomes something that you're not.
That's
And I think that when I keep going back to Tambourine.
Yeah.
right.
I love.
But he wasn't
Tambourine.
slapped.
That doesn't. So what?
You really
He
think
wasn't
it's
slapped
such a-
before Tambourine.
It's such a wound on
He wasn't
someone's-
slapped during Bigger and Blacker. He wasn't slapped with the one he did in South.
But you got
Are you
smacked.
saying he went back to it because
in a
he got
year.
slapped?
I think this is a theory. I think he brought that bigger and blacker walk.
not that long.
You know how he paces.
I don't think he gets that long.
I love to
For
see a dude.
embarrassment?
I love to see a
Wait.
dude
Not
vulnerable.
on that.
Wait. What is this?
Oh, sorry.
No, he's like, I was just saying it's been a year, and he looked at me and said, a year's not that long. I'm like,
About what? When he got smacked?
to walk off embarrassment.
That shit is
That's a long time.
But it's so quick. It's very
It seems
memorable.
like yesterday to me.
Yeah, that shit is recent.
I don't disagree with
Yeah.
that.
I
Because
don't
you
think
know
a year
why?
is long at all.
Because they got memes. They got
Yeah.
remixes,
Because-
and they're hilarious. The
Yeah.
smack, they're doing it to me like
Because it went so viral.
Yeah.
It didn't just happen like
Yo.
this would have happened like maybe 30 years ago when
No,
the
people
internet
would be like,
wasn't
"That
what it
beat slaps
was.
like
Little
real."
Rel
Like, I
has
mean, it's
one of the
everywhere.
best fucking bits on that smack.
What did he say?
It is fucking funny.
What did you say?
He just talks about, Little Rel like, I wish that motherfucker would turn his back on me, man. Fuck shit. He's like, I don't even like my kids approaching me if I don't know what they want. It's really funny.
Well, Rel is funny,
And Rel goes,
in his
and then
personality.
he's like, you see the way Chris Rock reacted to that? He goes, if it was me, if anybody approaches you, naturally go, yo, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, yeah.
He goes, uh-oh.
I did see that.
It is
It's really
fucking funny. It's just a great take on it.
Yeah.
But you got people talking about it. Mike Epps has, a lot of people have
Marlon
different.
did so special about it, apparently.
You see what I'm saying? So it's always running because there's always memes.
Yeah, a year isn't a
There's
long time
always
at all.
videos on it. If it was, let's say he got smacked in the 70s or 80s, you'd be like,
Exactly.
oh, okay, it's
It
done.
would have been done
It's
within 3 years.
rehashed.
Okay, I think at this point, like what you were saying is because we're not supposed to fight in front of white people.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
thought
You
that
you
ending-
58.
I
you-
thought it was
like,
a corny way to end it.
Yeah.
It was
That's how
corny.
he ended it?
That's
Yeah.
how we
Yeah.
ended this special.
I have parents, and my mother said, don't fight
was
in
his
front of
closer.
white people.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
That was
I
his
was-
summary.
I thought that it would be like, yo, you don't let no motherfucker smack you in the face like that.
I
you just don't
yeah.
let somebody hit you, not
Yeah.
fighting in front of white people.
I also said this was my thought.
I like when he said I have parents. He could have just ended like that.
Right. What if Chris Rock, as Will walked back to his seat, if he took a running start and drop kicked him in the back?
That would have been fantastic.
Would it?
That would have been amazing.
Absolutely. If he'd have drop kicked him in the
But
back,
Rock took that shit. I felt so
It would have been
bad.
pure chaos.
First of all, I felt so bad for Chris that night when he had to still present
Yeah.
and he It was
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking. I and listen,
unfair.
I'm
It's
not
unfair.
his
This
best,
and you don't
listen,
get points.
Yeah.
I'm not
You
his
don't get points.
I'm not his best friend, but I know Chris. I felt really bad for
Yeah.
that guy. He
I
had
felt
this,
bad for him, and I don't
he
even
was,
know him.
I mean, you just got smacked in front of white people. Fuck. I mean, you're around celebrities,
The whole planet. Your mom.
and then you go back and say, "Keep my wife, stay out your fucking
How about
mouth."
you're 57 years old and a grown man is slapping you in the face?
He smacked.
You
That is
raised
crazy.
children.
That is
Wait, I got
crazy.
two
No, that
daughters.
is crazy.
I got two
That is
daughters,
crazy.
and your father's just been smacked in the face.
the fact that
and-
they didn't kick him out is wild.
That's what I'm
That's
And
what
then
I
and
think is
then
wild.
you go and you party.
Yeah.
This is how fucked up Hollywood. You should have shut that show down.
Yeah.
You should have turned that shit off and
Did
go.
you hear what Will said about the when he was doing Emancipation? How this actor spit in his face?
What actor?
It was a white actor that
white
was playing
actor
the
who was playing the slave master.
improv and spit in Will's face.
Why?
And he was like, he was improving.
Yeah.
As a slave owner, and he spit in Will's face. And Will is talking about, I was like, makeup. So you can let a white dude spit in your face. Good. This dude is telling jokes from
And you
stage.
should have smacked
And-
that white dude, punched him out.
If
Just
you
like
keep that energy the same.
yeah, keep it the same.
Or it's a set, right? Or like part of the.
But he's
part
the
of the work
star.
of
He
an
could
actor.
he could smack a motherfucker. Why do you spit in my face? And they'll fire that dude.
Why, like, but here's the thing. Why, like, on what planet? On what planet do we have so much to prove that we're running around hitting people, that we're taking everything as a personal affront to our masculinity? That because he was laughing.
He laughed like a motherfucker at the jokes.
He laughed.
and then she rolled her eyes like.
And then when he saw that it was like, once again, now he's going to look like he's just sitting there like a clown.
Right.
Already she fucked, right? Like she fucked under his nose.
Yeah.
And now he's going to let her
And,
get
made,
her-
and did a red table talk about
Fucked
it.
her
table
sons, and they
Son's
did.
friend.
And this is what Chris Rock said. Who does that? Who comes on?
Yeah.
Who comes on national on TV into you cheat on your man
was
with
it
your
like when I
son's
sucked
boyfriend?
somebody's dick?
Yeah, what's it
Well,
like
do you
when I
wanna
suck?
see?
Like, what does it feel like?
Yo, didn't I show you the video?
It's about a minute long if you want me
Let's
to pull
show
it
it.
up.
Show it. Show the
That's-
video.
that's
show the
wild.
video.
Yeah.
Let-
Will Smith practices selective outrage. Practices selective outrage.
And like I
Everybody-
like
hold on,
this
hold on,
because he's talking in his
everybody
voice
that
too.
really knows I had nothing to do with that shit. I didn't have any entanglements. I did not have any entanglement. And then for people that don't know, and everybody know, Wilson, his wife was fucking her son's friend. Okay?
The way he's leading into that is heaven.
I normally would not talk about this shit. But for some reason, these put that shit on the internet.
Yeah, buddy.
I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the fuck? That we all been cheated on. Everybody in here been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
Yeah, that was wild that happened. But that proves that she's an opportunist.
Yes. Yeah.
Or as a family, do you know what it is? It's amateur. What it is amateur polyamory. It's amateur open relationship.
Right. Yeah.
These two are trying to be like, oh, and we're going to show you how open relationships are done. And it's like,
Shit.
kids, you're on training fucking
And
wheels.
you're
You do
messing
not
up
know what
your-
you're doing.
You're
Yeah.
messing up your
And then
kids.
the kids are all over
But I
the
want to
place.
say, point something else. You see when he's talking about this, it's heartfelt and it's in his voice. Like he's not. You see the difference of his comedy when it.
Well, it was
There's some hurt in
it was the topic. That's why.
Right, because it
he's
was
angry.
Because it was
But the
personal.
other shit, he wanted to probably just go, let me just perform.
Here's what I'm
and
saying.
then at
What
the
I'm
end-
saying is, I like this. I
So you would have
You rather
would've
him
rather
talk about the whole
be that.
hour
No,
about
no,
that?
I'm not
That
talking
would've
about the
been-
topic. I'm saying, why can't he talk about the stuff he wants to talk about in his voice? He's not pacing, rah, 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 rah. He's not doing that. He's talking about this because this is a
Hey, do you got any other footage of him talking in his character voice?
He makes me want to get less Botox.
Who? You have
Chris.
Botox?
No, it all wore off. You know what I mean? I metabolize food at like a snail's pace, but like chemicals just fly through me.
So, you used to do it all the time?
I'll do it in like 4 days. In 10 days, I will be unmoving.
Are you doing it? Are you gonna get Botox again soon?
Oh, like very soon. I do my own.
Don't end up. You do
your
God,
Absolutely.
baby.
I'm telling you,
There's
I'm gonna,
home Botox?
Father, I'm going to look like Stargate come April.
You're gonna look like Joan Rivers.
Can we talk here? Can we talk? Oh my God. Can we talk? Do you have anything? Is there any
I just have like a classic clip of Chris Rock that he's
Oh,
likely.
look at young,
Okay.
beautiful Chris.
classic? Let's see. Let's go. Let's see him.
Going on with black people right now. It's like a civil war going on with black
So he was talking like that.
Two sides.
when he was talking about this Will Smith, he was
niggas?
talking about it.
But look at those hungry shark eyes. His young, hungry.
Black people want to have a good time. Niggas fuck it up.
Oh, sure, this old bit.
This is one of the most famous bits.
And do you know how many white people run with this?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It gave license.
Sometimes
so many.
All you got to hear is Bill Maher talking about.
Oh, yeah.
it was just
Oh, he
so
loves
brilliant.
it.
It's
Yeah.
just
Do you-
fuck you old crabby
100%.
punch face
Who
100%.
fucks black
100%.
chicks?
Yeah, Bill Maher is because it gave license.
So do
to
you
this.
think that was an irresponsibility on his part?
What do you mean?
Chris Rock's because you said it's giving license or no?
Oh
Because
yeah, it's giving like. But
You think
but,
it's a no? You think that was a good joke?
No, it was a horrible joke because
okay.
it was a joke that
wondered.
gave license for white people to say nigga. Yeah, I don't like niggas either. I love black people. But
Yeah.
first of all, that's an inside. That's not a black joke because every black person has heard that from an aunt or an uncle or somebody. So it's not even clever.
yeah.
It's clever to white people when
Yeah.
you pull back the curtain and go, hey, this is what we say about you. That's how he made his money. He made his money pulling the curtain back, and that's why he don't get the street love that Dave gets and Martin gets.
Come
And
through.
So
God